Garrett Kaalund stepped onto the track as a strong contender, but what happened next shocked the entire stadium. In less than 20 seconds, he did something no college sprinter had ever done indoors. When the clock stopped, the number on the board left everyone staring in disbelief. And suddenly, a 30-year-old world record did not look so safe anymore. The crowd inside the Randal Tyson Track Center in Fayetteville, Arkansas, knew they were about to watch something special. The NCAA Division I Indoor Track and Field Championships always produce incredible performances, but what happened on March 14, 2026 turned an already electric night into one of the most historic moments in collegiate sprinting history. When USC senior Garrett Kaalund stepped onto the track for the men's 200 meters final, expectations were already high. He had been one of the fastest sprinters in college track all season. His performances throughout the indoor campaign showed that he was in peak form. But even the most optimistic fans inside the arena could not have predicted the moment that was about to unfold. When the gun fired, the athletes exploded out of their blocks and charged into the tight indoor curve. The 200-meter indoor race is one of the most demanding events in track and field. The staggered lanes make it difficult to judge who is truly ahead. Runners must attack the curve with speed while maintaining balance and rhythm. One small mistake can cost the race. Kaalund attacked the curve with confidence. His stride looked powerful yet smooth. As the runners approached the final straightaway, the tension inside the building began to rise. The crowd could sense that the race was building towards something extraordinary. Then came the moment that changed everything. As Kaalund exited the second curve and entered the straight, he unleashed a devastating surge of speed. His form remained controlled while his legs turned over at a blistering pace. With each stride, he created more separation between himself and the rest of the field. The finish line came quickly. Kaalund crossed first and immediately looked toward the scoreboard. When the time appeared on the screen, the crowd erupted, 19.95 seconds. For a brief moment, the arena seemed to freeze as fans processed what they had just witnessed. Then the realization spread through the stands like wildfire. Garrett Kaalund had just done something no collegiate man had ever accomplished before. He had run under 20 seconds in the indoor 200 meters. For decades, the sub-20 barrier indoors had remained untouched by college athletes. Indoor tracks are tighter and more difficult than outdoor tracks. The curves are sharper, and maintaining top speed through them is extremely challenging. Even the best sprinters in the world rarely achieve such times indoors. Yet on this night in Fayetteville, Kaalund broke through that barrier with a time of 19.95. The performance instantly rewrote the NCAA record books. The previous collegiate record stood at 20.02 seconds, set by Elijah Hall in 2018. That mark had been considered one of the most impressive indoor sprint records in college history. Many believed it would stand for years, but Kaalund did not simply break the record, he shattered it. His time of 19.95 lowered the mark by 0.07 of a second, a massive improvement in elite sprinting, where every hundredth of a second is incredibly difficult to gain. The record-breaking run also carried significance far beyond college track and field. Kaalund's 19.95 became the second fastest indoor 200-meter performance ever recorded in the world. Only one man in history has ever run faster indoors. That man is Frank Fredericks. Fredericks set the world indoor record of 19.92 back in 1996. The legendary Namibian sprinter produced that performance nearly 30 years ago, and the record has survived generation after generation of elite sprinters attempting to challenge it. Kaalund's 19.95 came within just 0.03 of that historic mark. To put that in perspective, 0.03 of a second is barely the blink of an eye. It meant that a college athlete had come within touching distance of one of the longest-standing records in indoor track and field history. That fact alone stunned the global sprinting community. The performance also broke another long-standing mark at the Randal Tyson Track Center. The facility record of 20.10 had been held by Wallace Spearman since 2005. Spearman was one of the most exciting American sprinters of his era and a former Olympic medalist. His record had survived 2 decades of NCAA championships and elite competitions held at the venue. Kaalund's run erased that mark as well. 3 different barriers fell in a matter of seconds: the NCAA record, the facility record, and the historic sub-20 indoor barrier for collegiate athletes. For Kaalund, the moment represented the culmination of years of dedication and hard work. The 22-year-old sprinter grew up in Stockbridge, Georgia, where he developed a passion for track and field at a young age. His natural speed quickly became obvious, and he began to make a name for himself in youth competitions and high school meets. His journey eventually brought him to the University of Southern California, one of the most storied programs in American track and field history. USC has produced Olympic champions, world champions, and legendary sprinters for decades. The Trojans program has always been known for its rich sprint tradition. Kaalund embraced that legacy and worked tirelessly to reach the highest level of collegiate competition. By the time the 2026 indoor season arrived, he had already established himself as one of the most dangerous sprinters in the NCAA. His consistency, strength, and acceleration made him a constant threat in major races. Still, no one expected the historic breakthrough that would occur on that March evening in Arkansas. As news of the performance spread, analysts and track fans around the world began to recognize its significance. Running 19.95 indoors is not simply fast. It is world-class. The result instantly elevated Kaalund into conversations with elite professional sprinters. Many observers began discussing his potential impact on the upcoming outdoor season. Outdoor tracks allow athletes to reach even higher speeds because the curves are wider and the surface allows for longer strides. If Kaalund could run 19.95 indoors, many wondered what he might be capable of outdoors. The excitement surrounding his future grew rapidly. But the historic moments were not finished that night. The same championship session delivered another stunning performance in a different event. The men's 60-meter hurdles final featured one of the deepest fields in recent NCAA history. Among the competitors was Auburn's Jacoby Tharp, a rising star known for his explosive speed and aggressive hurdling technique. The record in the event belonged to Grant Holloway. Holloway is widely considered one of the greatest hurdlers of all time. During his collegiate career, he set a stunning mark of 7.35 seconds in the 60-meter hurdles back in 2019. That record had stood untouched for years despite many talented athletes attempting to challenge it. On this night, Tharp delivered the race of his life. When the gun fired, he attacked the first hurdle with incredible aggression. His rhythm between barriers was flawless as he powered down the straightaway. By the time he crossed the finish line, it was clear that something remarkable had happened. The clock showed 7.32 seconds. Jacoby Tharp had broken Grant Holloway's collegiate record. Just like Kaalund's run in the 200 meters, Tharp's performance rewrote the NCAA record books. The improvement may appear small on paper, but in hurdling, every hundredth of a second requires perfect technique and maximum speed. Breaking Holloway's mark was an extraordinary achievement. Two historic performances had now occurred in the same championship session. For fans inside the Randal Tyson Track Center, it felt like witnessing a once-in-a-lifetime night of sprinting excellence. For the sport of track and field, it represented something even bigger. The NCAA system has long been one of the most important development pipelines for elite track athletes. Many Olympic champions and world record holders began their careers competing in college championships, just like this one. What happened in Fayetteville on March 14th reinforced the incredible level of talent currently emerging from the collegiate ranks.